Boom. What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Happy Sunday to you all, and welcome to another live beer review. So today we're going to be taking a look at another one here from probably my favorite brewery of all time. I think I've made this quite known throughout the months of probably more than a year of doing these reviews now. I'm doing so many of these beers for this brewery that I just love the stuff they do. So we got another one here from Adroit this afternoon called Chasing Visions of Our Future. It's a triple hazy IPA with Citra and Mosaic hops coming at a 10.1% ABV. And you guys know by now that I'm a huge fan of triple IPAs. I like the slight booziness. I like kind of like the sweetness that they give off more than your average kind of like your normal IPA or a double IPA like that. These ones definitely bring off a little bit more of a sweetness to it and bring a lot of like tropical fruit flavors and all that kind of stuff. And that's exactly what I'm expecting to get with this one due to them using two hops that are really well known to be worked together and all that stuff with Citra and Mosaic, just because Citra brings off a lot of grapefruit kind of citrus, and then like Mosaic brings off a tropical fruit, maybe loads of clementine as well. So really hoping that this is going to be a really nice, refreshing tropical triple IPA, which I think that is exactly what we're going to get with this one. So without further ado, let's crack this thing open and see what this thing's like on the smell. I'm expecting this to be pretty damn hazy due to anything that Adroit comes out with when it comes to being a hazy IPA, that they don't skimp on the haziness. That's for damn sure. So let's see what we get on the nose. Yeah, loads of tropical fruit up front, getting a little bit of citrusiness on the back, but mostly up front is definitely a lot of like tropical fruit, pineapple, mango notes on the nose. Yeah, it smells absolutely delicious. So without further ado, let's pour this guy. Drink it out of my Grim Army, a little pint glass this afternoon. Let's see how this pours. Oh yeah, nice and hazy. A little bit of a head, but not too much. But yeah, this is pouring absolutely nice. It has like almost a nice kind of golden color to it. On the bottom, you're getting all the sediment from the hops that are in there that is coming through, which is going to add concentrated flavor. But look at that, nice and hazy. Has a nice little kind of, seems like there's a little bit of effervescence to it. Yeah, getting loads of tropical fruit on the nose. Still a little bit more mango coming through than pineapple this time. But yeah, I'm expecting pillowy soft mouthfeel, really juicy, really nice and like vibrant, bright flavors when it comes to on the palate. So without further ado, let's give this guy a try. So cheers, everybody. Happy Sunday. Yeah, that's outstanding. Another solid one from Adroit Theory right off the bat for the first sip. Definitely getting loads of tropical fruit coming in up front. Getting pineapple, mango, a little bit of a citrus coming through. Definitely more tropical fruit forward than it would be with a citrusy note, which I'm okay with. It's definitely more of like a Mosaic forward with only having that like slight tropical bitterness coming through at the end, where it just leaves that kind of nice hoppy floral bite at the end that just leaves it kind of coating the mouth afterwards. It's a very juicy, not really leaving like an oily kind of mouthfeel at all. Definitely pillowy soft. And just overall, really fantastic, nice triple hazy IPA. So let's look here on Untapped, which we always do, because if you can't get your hands on anything from Adroit Theory, Untapped does a really cool thing to where they show similar beers to this kind of style of beer you're looking for, and who knows, you may be able to find something that I list off here that you may be able to get in your area. So let's look here and see what we find. So let's see. Okay. So the similar beers for this one, we got one here from Other Half Brewing Co. called Green City, which is, let's see, it's just a 7% American IPA with Citric, Centennial, and Simcoe. Sure, you're definitely going to be getting a lot of those citrusy flavors, but I don't know if you're going to get that kind of nice, maybe because it's American IPAs, they kind of leave like more of that effervescence, oily mouthfeel. The only place where I think you'd be lacking with the Green City is definitely, instead of having the juicy mouthfeel or like the pillowy soft, you're definitely going to have more of an oily mouthfeel with that. We got one here from White Dog Brewery called Models Not Included, which I actually really enjoy that name. So this is a 10% triple New England hazy IPA with Vic Secrets hops, so that might be pretty close. That one I know definitely gives some nice fruitiness, definitely a nice kind of almost stone fruity kind of flavors in that one as well. But that one might be a close second on what you might be able to expect with this kind of style. This one, let's see, we got one here from Northern Monk, which is a fresh IPA number 10, which is a 9.2% double IPA saying loads of tropical fruit and pine. So definitely that one actually might bring a little bit of some similar notes to it, even though it's not going to have that like boozier punch just because it's a double and it's a 9.2. It's not going to have that more depth of hoppiness to it like this one does. But with kind of like getting the pininess, getting the bitterness, getting the tropical fruit notes, a little bit of citrus in there, I think that's going to be another similar one that you may be able to get similar flavors from. Let's see, we got one here from Fremont Brewing called Head Full of Fresh Hops with the 6.8% New England Hazy, which select fresh hops harvested in, I don't know where the hell that is, but let's see. They use 2 rows, so definitely that's going to help bring in a little bit of that pillowy soft mouthfeel when they're using a lot of the flaked wheat and the rolled oats, all that kind of stuff. When you add wheat note in it, it's definitely going to cause for a nice kind of really soft mouthfeel when it comes to that kind of stuff. It takes off like a lot of the edge from the beer. So, and then the last one we're looking at here is one from Breakside Brewery, which is called the What Rough Beast, which is a 6.8% New England Hazy, which, let's see, Mosaic and Columbus, so you're definitely going to get citrus and tropical fruit notes from that one. But most likely, out of all the ones shown right here, I'm probably going to pick the only one that's on this list that is also a hazy IPA, and we're going to be looking at the models not included from White Dog. It's probably going to be the most similar experience out of these 5 listed that you may be able to get to a lot of the similar kind of flavor profiles that this one is giving off, even though the hop flavors are a little bit different. But I think you're going to be able to get a similar mouthfeel. Of course, you're going to get that booziness coming through, that kind of like the nice pillowy soft mouthfeel is going to be similar. So there's going to be a lot of similarities when it comes to flavor and mouthfeel for that one that you're most likely going to get from this as well. So with all that being said, let's look here on my friends list and see anybody who checked this one in. We got a couple people on my friends list who checked this one in. We got one person who purchased that Suds and Soda, which is a place in Derby. I don't know if that's overseas or not, but he gave it a 4. And then my dad checked this one in, saying another absolute hit by Adroit Theory, and gave it a 4.25 purchase off Tavour. So before we go into the global rating and see what other people rated this one, let's look and see what the description shows along with what Untappd shows for the ratings and average ratings and all that stuff. So what it says here, like I said, it's a 9.1% ABV. And with over 1,487 ratings, this one has an average rating of 4.17 out of 5, which is pretty damn good. Having that average above 4 rating when you have over 1,000 people who've checked this one in is definitely a very, very nice average. That's for damn sure. And the description shows here is Chasing Visions. Pillowy, semi-sweet body is complemented perfectly by intense forward notes of ripe clementine and grapefruit and a mesmerizing aroma of tropical fruits with mild finishing bitterness. So yeah, definitely getting that mild bitterness at the end that kind of just sticks on the tongue a little bit. Definitely getting the citrus notes, but for me, they're more on the back end. I'm definitely getting more of those tropical fruit, mango, pineapple flavors up front, and for my profile, for my palate. So to me, it's a little bit switched up to where tropical fruit up the front, and then a little bit of citrusiness, following by that kind of mild bitterness that sticks around at the end. That's pretty much what I would describe with flavor profiles of this guy. And it below that it says double dry hopped with Citra and Mosaic. So that's the 2 hops that they used in there. So let's look at the global rating and see what other people check this one in at. So let's see, we got a 3.75 here. What else? We got another 4 purchased at the Lighthouse, which is a liquor store in Baltimore, Maryland, which of course I can see that being available over there due to them being like right on the DC, Virginia, Maryland kind of border right there. We got another purchase off Tavour. This one was given a 3.5. I don't know, this guy didn't give it a rating, but I don't even know where he purchased this. It looks like it's a place overseas. What else here? We got another 4.25. Another 4.25 saying Adroit doing what they do, and they do great IPAs. That is damn sure. These guys definitely know what they're doing when it comes to making their higher ABV triple and double IPAs. I can definitely agree with you on that one. We got another 4 out of 5. Let's see, we got a 4.5. We got a 3.75 purchased at the Cask and Craft, which is in the West Midlands in Codfield. So I think that's in the UK somewhere. And what he said when he gave it a 3.75 is really clean, but expecting more of a punchy flavor. Well, maybe he used to sit in more stuff hit him in the face. And this guy gave it a 3.5, saying Purchased at the Cask and Craft and saying a bit flat on flavor, which is interesting because I don't think it's flat at all. Let's see. We got another 425 here. Purchased at the Blackfin Ameripub in Ashburn, Virginia. Oh, what else? Well, let's do one or two more. We got another 425. And then we got a 4 out of 5 right here saying this is so smooth, hides the burn well, not overly syrupy, decent beer that you can enjoy. Yeah, it's definitely an absolutely fantastic one. This was another one purchased at Cask and Craft, so this is another purchase overseas. So I love seeing Adroit Theory stuff go overseas to like Germany and all that kind of stuff and kind of those European countries because we play around with a lot of different beer styles that are a little bit different from what's going on in Europe and all that kind of stuff right now. So it's cool to see that kind of variety showing up over there. So with all that being said, let's start trying to figure out what we're going to be doing for ratings on our end for this guy. And first off, let me pour a little bit more into the glass. And then let's look at can art. Yeah, of course, you know by now, Adroit Theory kind of always goes above and beyond when it comes to what they do on their can art, and this one is no exception because they have some kind of like a post-apocalyptic kind of war going on between like zombie samurais and robots and all that kind of stuff. There's just, you see like some apocalyptic soldiers with like a logo on them. I'm seeing this logo all over the can with the soldiers. Then these samurais are almost like zombies, like skeletal samurais, so all the detail is just outstanding. Seeing like a war happening on the can art is just really, really cool. Definitely love just the darker kind of details they put into their can art. So this one is an easy 5 out of 5 for can art for me. I love I love like kind of the samurais. I love the soldiers with the guns and everything with the logo on there. That's just a really, really cool. Plus, Adroit Theory's logo is always really clean because they kind of change it up every once in a while depending on the theme of the can art. So this one, their Adroit Theory logo on the top definitely has more of a different kind of style than what you would normally see on some of their cans. But then, of course, they always do the really cool stuff where they actually do food pairings, cheese pairings, cigar pairings, and music pairings when it comes to a lot of their beers. They put on the side just so they can kind of give people a good kind of representation of what this beer goes best with. So let's look and read some of those off here. So for the food pairing, they got beer marinated tri-tip with blue cheese, wild mushrooms, and onions, which sounds fantastic, not gonna lie. And then for cheese, they got the Uplands Cheese Pleasant Ridge Reserve. And I'm not even gonna try to say the cigar because it looks like it's a Dominican cigar. And then for the music pairing, they have one for this one. This is where they show, let's see. The song is If You Leave by Daughter, which I've never heard of, so that's gonna be an interesting one to kind of look up. But yeah, overall, can art is absolutely fantastic. And with that being said, let's start figuring out, let's see. If I got this beer in a flight at Adroit Theory, would I get another one? Absolutely. I love the upfront like tropical fruit notes. I love that slight citrus in the middle. And having that nice kind of bitterness that kind of changes up your palate a little bit, doesn't leave any kind of flavor profile lingering too much on your palate, I think is just absolutely outstanding. That's pretty much the biggest twist from this beer than a lot of their other triple hazy IPAs. It's that ending like mild bitterness that you get lingering on the mouth, which is a really, really nice change of pace when it comes to a lot of the stuff that I've had from Adroit Theory. So overall, yeah, another fantastic beer from these guys. So with that being said, my final rating on this guy, let's see. I'm going to give this a solid 8.5 out of 10. Really, really good. I would definitely recommend this if you're a fan of hazy IPAs, if you're a fan of like more boozy triple IPAs. This is definitely going to be one for you to keep an eye out for. And luckily, I don't know if this one's available right now at the brewery or tap house or anything like that, or distributed all around the country because they do that. But if you go to Adroit Theory's website, with the link to their website's down in the description below, they actually ship to 48 out of the 50 states. So you can kind of keep it out their website and see what kind of stuff they have available for can releases. And prices are really good. And they sometimes come back and do some revisits of some beers that they've done before, and they come out with new versions and all that kind of stuff. So you may be able to get your hands on this Chasing Visions of Our Future later down the road. Who knows? They might bring it back. But other than that, yeah, this was another absolutely fantastic beer from Adroit Theory. Huge, huge fan. So if you haven't gone over there to the website, picked up a couple stuff for yourself just because their varieties are always really, really good, please do so. Or if you're on Tavour, which you guys have heard me talk about plenty of times before already, Tavour is a beer delivery service out of Washington State, and they get a lot of stuff from Adroit Theory showing up on there as well. So, other than that, what am I missing here? I think that is pretty much it. Last but not least, before we get the hot here, if you're a fan of social media, and if you're somebody who likes craft beer, biggest recommendation for you is to get yourself over to Untapped. It's a fantastic platform when it comes to, you can just check in beers, get badges, see what's popular in your area, see what's popular globally, what kind of beers are trending right now, and it's just a really, really fun platform. You can see people like me, Woodtucky, Duchess, my dad's on there. A bunch of people of us are just on Untapped, checking in beers, having a good time. It's just a really, really cool platform for anything craft beer. Untapped is the place to go. But other than that, ladies and gentlemen, that is what I have for you guys today. So again, thank you everybody in chat for hanging out. You guys are awesome. If you haven't hit the like button yet, please do so. It helps me out a lot. And if you're new to the channel and like what you see, make sure that subscribe button as well, along with that notification bell. It'll let you know whenever I go live and do another review. But with that all being said, I don't have a review for you guys tomorrow because I'm going to be working. I'll most likely have one for you guys on Tuesday, and then we'll get back to the daily reviews when it comes to Thursday and through the weekend. But that is what I have for you guys today, ladies and gentlemen. So again, thank you for my in chat for hanging out. You guys are amazing. And I'm going to end this like I always end it before we get the hell out of here. If you're going to drink responsibly. Don't drink and drive. And I'll see y'all next time. Cheers.